I'm Bill Anderson, 708 Meredith Street. My name is Bill Anderson. I'm a high school teacher. I teach English at Henderson High School. As a graduate of several district schools, I like to think that I'm evidence of how effective our district is. I'm a graduate of Hillsdale Elementary School, Stetson Middle School, and Henderson High School. I went to Westchester University for college because I wanted to contribute the same kind of education to the children of the future that I received myself. The teachers that set me on this path, many of them are in this room, some of whom I'm sitting with in the audience right now. And I assure you that I and my colleagues are in this with the best of intentions. I want to give back to the community that I was raised in exactly as much as it gave to me, if not more. And so, Mr. Murphy, you can imagine it is with disgust that I hear you say moments ago that I'm withholding services from students and disrupting their education. This fall, I'm writing something like 30 college recommendation letters in my free time, completely for free, because I love my students like I love my family, because they're members of the community that I am a member of. I grew up in and I'll raise my kids in this district. As you can imagine, it is with great disgust that I hear you say this in front of all these people here today. What do you do for our school district? I look at them in the eye. I look them in the eye. I grade their papers. I spend time after class talking to them about their interests, about their lives. And you sit up there in your suit, and you talk numbers, Mr. Murphy.
Just to be clear, board members can spend a lot of time and energy and are not compensated for the job that they do.
For the great job that they do.
Yes.
You're stewards of this district for a very short period of time. We all hope that it's a very short period of time. But you need to keep the long-term interests of our district in mind as you make all these decisions. Please be good stewards of our district. Think in the long term. Thank you.
Stan Chung, 1016 Agnew Drive. Members of the board, how do you want to be remembered? As a board that was unresponsive to students, teachers, and community? As a board that repeatedly heard reasonable people make reasonable arguments on behalf of education only to ignore them? You are in positions of influence and have been entrusted to do what's best for our students, using the settlement of an unfair teacher contract to help your individual political agenda is simply a violation of that trust. How do your actions help our students? I ask again, how do your actions help our students? It is a question that I fear you have not seriously considered this entire negotiation process, but it's a question that I ask myself each day of the 12 years I've been an educator in public education. Teacher quality is a vital factor in school success. Everyone knows that. Rather than encourage professional development among teachers, you intend to set up obstacles so that achieving advanced degrees is increasingly more difficult. Rather than acknowledge the effectiveness of teachers and fairly compensate them for helping make our schools some of the best in the state, if not the country, your agreement or your offer completely ignores the hard work that has helped this district achieve so much distinction. This is an issue of livelihood and respect for me. It seems like it's an issue of politics for you. The Westchester teachers have not seen a pay increase in years as the cost of living has risen. Sadly, the teachers that you call or imply are greedy are not. We are not unreasonable. We are dedicated professionals entrusted with guiding the best resource of this community, which is the children. Your taxes have disrespected us, disrespected me, but no matter what you do, you will never make me feel like my job is unimportant, and none of these people will feel that way either. I show my students my words and actions each day that I value them, that I have their best interest in mind. I ask you, what have you done to show the students and the community that as well? Thank you.
My name is Linda Rameka. I live at 503 Sharpless Street in the Westchester Borough. I am proud to be a taxpayer, and I am very proud to be a part of the outstanding faculty of the Westchester Area School District. every position, every job, from yours as members of the board, to administration, to faculty and professional staff, to support staff, to operations staff, is important in the building and maintenance of an excellent school district like ours. Together, we work to provide our charges, the students of this district, with the expertise we all possess in our areas of specialty. But your teachers are the front line, the ground floor, the 1st Battalion. Yes, these are cliches, but they work because they're true. With all due respect, it is rarely a board member or an administrator who is the subject of testimonials such as, "She made me believe I was a student," or "His class inspired me to my eventual doctorate in physics," or "She taught me the power of my written word," or "He made me realize the impact of our history on our present and our future." We are those remembered by the students we teach and nurture and counsel and inspire. We ask that you show through your actions that you respect the dedication we bring to our classrooms and to our students each day, and that you recognize the incredible impact superior educators have on the thousands of children entrusted daily to our care. We teachers are, indeed, the very foundation of our school district. Please value us. Thank you.
Dr. Scanlon, members of the board, members of the community. What am I worth? Is a question everyone will ask themselves throughout their lives. It's a question that has no doubt plagued the thoughts of many of the people around me tonight. It is also a question whose place doesn't seem like it should be in the air of a public forum of this nature, but alas, here we are. I ask, as I also take notice, there are several other people here tonight that have no doubt given thought to my worth, their worth. Well, maybe not my worth per se, but the value of my job, my profession, and what that worth is to the Westchester Area School District community. By now, many of us have been well versed in the minutiae of salary schedules, benefit packages, and tuition reimbursement. We've done this because the Board of Directors has chosen to broadcast every aspect of this process. They call it achievement and affordability. Ironically, it has very little to do with either. You see, the members of the WCAEA have done their part in these tough economic times to make sure that the job of educating this community's children can continue. 3 years ago, they willingly accepted a pay freeze and also agreed to transportation changes that have saved millions. They did this under the premise that you should go along to get along and share the sacrifices so that in difficult times, our important job could continue. Since then, a group of citizens has decided that what we do isn't as valuable as the community has supported for decades. Campaigning on the premise that no taxes increase and a touted experience in handling negotiations, all this group now elected board members has shown that they know how to give ultimatums, hire negotiators, and engage in tactics that could be and should be construed as bullying the very people it is claimed to value. Value can be defined in many ways. Surely a dollar amount can be a part of it, but more so it is about showing that people matter. And I ask that tonight you show that the people that you hire and entrust your children to do matter. Negotiate in a proper way, negotiate in good faith, and give these teachers what they deserve. Thank you.